Nigerians, good news. Not every time when I come here, I'm going to bring bad news. Good news, Nigerians. Now so, this is what we want. So, this early morning, today's date is the 8th of December, 2025. In the morning, around 9 a.m. this morning, our security forces, hey God, this one, body sweets me. They went to the forest of Sabonbrini in Sokoto State. You know, I don't bring this report every time. Sabonbrini. The security forces, they launched operation in Sabonbrini, that local government. They went to the forest there. I can confirm to you that 7 bandits, 7 down. 7. Others flew, but 7 they down. Down, 7. About the Nigerian army, may God bless you for this one. This is what we want. You never stop there. I'm not just stopping there. Yesterday again in the afternoon of yesterday, 2 p.m. Around 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Yesterday's date was the 7th of December, 2025. Bandits attacked Fadamatara. This community is inside the Sabonbrini local government area of Sokoto State. They came there in the afternoon to attack farmers that were working on their farm. But when they came, they thought it's the normal come and pick them and go. The farmers changed. They change them for these bandits. They change them for them. Immediately they arrive, not knowing that the farmers come out on day well, like with their local pew, they engage the bandits. Before you know, the vigilante men come support the farmers. Vigilante come hear gunshot, come rush, come support farmers. It can be 2 versus 1. Bandits, they ran away. But before they could flee, you know the story, before they could flee, 1 went down. One of their members went down. Now so, this is what we want. You know, so anytime when this kind of thing come, body they sweet me. Oh, now so, you know the story. If they hide them, the English Alhaji, they bring them out. If they hide them, and they are active full time. Now so.
Nigerians, good news. And yes, not every time when I come here do I bring bad news. Today, however, it is a moment of relief, a moment to breathe, a moment that reminds us that efforts toward security and peace in our communities can bear tangible results. So, this early morning, on the 8th of December 2025, at approximately 9 a.m., our dedicated security forces carried out an operation in the forested area of Sabonbrini in Sokoto State. Now, let us pause for a moment and appreciate what this truly signifies. This is not just a routine military maneuver, it is a statement of resilience, a demonstration that organized, strategic operations can counter criminal elements who seek to disrupt the harmony of our society. On this occasion, the operation resulted in the neutralization of 7 armed bandits, while 7 others managed to escape. This is a victory, albeit partial, and one that sends a strong message about the effectiveness of coordinated security efforts. We must remember to commend the Nigerian army, whose tireless dedication ensures that citizens can pursue their daily lives with a greater sense of safety and stability. May their commitment continue, and may we see more operations that yield such positive results. But the story does not end there. Security, as we all know, is not a one-time achievement. It is continuous. It requires vigilance, strategy, and community cooperation. Yesterday afternoon, on the 7th of December, around 2 p.m., there was another critical incident in the same Sabonbrini local government area. This time, bandits attempted to attack local farmers engaged in their essential work on the fields. These were hardworking citizens, people tending to their farms to provide food for their families and communities. They were confronted by armed intruders, a scenario that could have turned tragic. Yet, what happened next reflects a remarkable display of courage, organization, and local solidarity. The farmers, instead of succumbing to fear, organized themselves swiftly and effectively to resist the bandit intrusion. This is an example of community resilience in action, a grassroots defense mechanism that combines local knowledge, quick thinking, and determination. As the confrontation unfolded, local vigilante groups intervened, supplementing the efforts of the farmers. The coordination was remarkable. What could have been a chaotic, one-sided attack turned into a dynamic engagement, where bandits found themselves outmatched not just by individual resistance but by a unified, organized community response. 2 bandits were overpowered to such an extent that they were forced to flee, and 1 was neutralized on the spot. This incident is particularly noteworthy because it demonstrates the evolving nature of local defense strategies in Nigeria. Communities are no longer passive observers of insecurity, they are active participants in safeguarding their own lives and livelihoods. Such actions, of course, complement the broader strategic operations conducted by national security forces, creating a multi-layered approach to combating criminal elements. It is also important to recognize the psychological impact of these successes. When citizens witness effective operations and see bandits being brought to justice or neutralized, it builds confidence in the system. It sends a clear message that unlawful actions carry consequences and that organized resistance, whether through formal security forces or community vigilance, is both possible and effective. For young Nigerians, for families in rural areas, and for all stakeholders in the fight against insecurity, these stories provide hope, inspiration, and, crucially, a template for proactive engagement. The synergy between formal security apparatuses and local communities is an essential aspect of modern security strategy. It is a model that many countries have adopted to counter both organized crime and insurgent activities, recognizing that top-down approaches alone are insufficient. Let us not underestimate the value of local intelligence, community observation, and timely intervention. In many parts of the world, security operations fail because they lack localized knowledge, details that only residents and local actors can provide. In Sabonbrini, however, the farmers' immediate response, combined with the vigilance of local groups, amplified the effectiveness of the intervention. This demonstrates that security is not merely about superior firepower or technology, it is equally about human networks, information flow, and the ability to mobilize quickly. These are the lessons we must internalize and apply across Nigeria, particularly in areas where rural communities face the dual challenge of economic vulnerability and security threats. As we reflect on these events, it is critical to analyze them objectively. 7 bandits neutralized in one operation may seem modest in the grand scheme of national security, but each engagement carries broader implications. Every disruption of criminal networks reduces their capacity to plan further attacks, protects vulnerable citizens, and fosters a culture of accountability. The fact that local communities actively participate in these engagements also reshapes the dynamics of security governance. Citizens become partners in enforcement, rather than passive victims, which is a significant shift in societal attitude toward law and order. For policymakers, military strategists, and community leaders, such instances provide valuable case studies on the interplay between formal security mechanisms and community resilience. Moreover, the timing and location of these operations underscore strategic intelligence gathering. Targeting forested hideouts where bandits traditionally find cover indicates a proactive, intelligence-driven approach rather than reactive engagement. This is crucial because, historically, banditry and organized criminal activity in regions like Sokoto State thrive on knowledge asymmetry. The bandits know the terrain, the patterns, and the weak points better than security forces. By conducting well-planned operations that integrate local guidance, security forces can neutralize these advantages and impose strategic pressure on criminal networks. Over time, such operations can disrupt supply lines, communication channels, and coordination among criminal elements, contributing to a broader national security objective. It is also worth noting the role of communication in these developments. The dissemination of positive news, such as the successful operation in Sabonbrini, plays a vital role in shaping public perception. Often, media and social platforms focus disproportionately on negative events, creating a sense of hopelessness or fear. By highlighting successful interventions, reporting on community resistance, and documenting proactive measures, we can foster a more balanced understanding of security dynamics. This not only empowers citizens but also reinforces the legitimacy and credibility of security institutions. As viewers, subscribers, and engaged citizens, your awareness and dissemination of these stories matter. Sharing such reports, commenting thoughtfully, and subscribing to channels that prioritize factual and positive reporting contribute to a collective culture of vigilance and optimism. Furthermore, we must consider the broader socio-economic dimensions of these incidents. Banditry is often fueled by systemic issues, poverty, lack of opportunity, weak infrastructure, and limited access to education. Addressing these root causes is as essential as tactical security interventions. Farmers, for instance, are not merely victims, they are economic agents, producing food that sustains communities and contributes to regional stability. Protecting them is not only a matter of immediate safety but also of sustaining economic resilience. Investments in rural development, access to markets, and technological support for agriculture can complement security initiatives, creating an environment where criminal activities are less attractive or sustainable. Hence, security is intertwined with social policy, economic planning, and community development, a multidimensional challenge requiring sustained attention. As we continue to monitor these developments, it is encouraging to note that local collaboration is yielding measurable results. The integration of farmers, vigilante groups, and formal security forces into a coherent response mechanism exemplifies the principles of comprehensive security management. It illustrates that solutions are most effective when they leverage diverse capabilities, knowledge systems, and motivations. Each participant, whether armed personnel or civilian, plays a critical role in the operational success and long-term stability of the region. This inclusive approach to security not only enhances operational effectiveness but also strengthens community cohesion, fostering a sense of shared responsibility and mutual protection. Nigerians, as we reflect on these incidents, let us acknowledge the courage, commitment, and strategic foresight demonstrated by all actors involved. Let us also recognize that such victories, while significant, are part of a larger continuum of security efforts that require sustained attention, resources, and civic engagement. The neutralization of 7 bandits, the resilience of farmers, and the support of vigilante groups are not isolated events, they are indicators of what is possible when strategy, courage, and community action converge. And as we continue to follow these developments, it is essential to maintain awareness, to stay informed, and to support ongoing initiatives aimed at ensuring safety, stability, and prosperity for all Nigerians. Before we proceed, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel if you value objective, timely, and insightful reporting on security and community resilience. Your engagement, through comments, shares, and discussions, helps amplify important narratives and ensures that critical stories reach a wider audience. Sharing these updates with family, friends, and community members strengthens collective awareness and reinforces the importance of proactive engagement in local safety initiatives. In doing so, you become part of a positive feedback loop, where informed citizens contribute to enhanced security and resilience, and successful interventions inspire further community action. Now, as we continue to analyze these developments, it is essential to focus on operational lessons, strategic insights, and the broader implications for national security. The Sabonbrini operations provide several key takeaways. First, intelligence-led interventions are highly effective. By identifying likely bandit hideouts, anticipating their movements, and coordinating targeted operations, security forces maximize impact while minimizing collateral risks. Second, community engagement is indispensable. Farmers and vigilante groups acted decisively, providing real-time situational awareness and augmenting the operational capacity of former forces. Third, communication and dissemination of positive outcomes reinforce societal confidence, encouraging further cooperation between communities and security agencies.